'98 was when Cole opened in Bluefield, West Virginia, and then over the next 10 to 20 years, it was store after store. Now it's grown to 6. Bluefield's still there. It's a really old building, really small store, but over exceeds what it should be doing in a town like that. It's a town of about 8,000 people, I think. The Cole family of dealerships pretty much owns the whole state of West Virginia all the way up to Huntington. So from anywhere from Whitfield, Virginia, all the way up to Huntington, West Virginia, it's our area. And very small, rural, backwoods country area. Fun too. It's very close knit. You know, it's less transactional based and more relationship based. I think everybody says that, but around here, these are some loyal people around here. 2 reasons. One is the change of the industry that, in 20 groups or in our dealership groups, we always talked about it. And I think it's one of those things that nobody in the industry really knows how it works or how to handle those customers, because we're Harley people that are old school. So it's easier to say internet. But that was one of the reasons, was seeing the industry change. And the second reason was I was kind of pissed at myself that it took me this long to dive into it. Instead of me trying to figure this out on my own, let me do some research. And, I talked to other people that you guys used and have some other references, and it was like, let's speed the process up of learning how this works. And I would say for me, and I was this way, I would almost argue a lot of people in the industry are this way, but COVID kind of created a too easy business for the Harley world, I think, in my opinion. Not that we didn't work hard and do a good job, but it was easy to forget that there's other opportunities because it was just too easy. People were coming to the store where the bike was. I mean, there wasn't that option to shop 20 stores online to shop price, because it was like, well, they have it, so I'm going to go there. And the store's doing 25 to 1 during COVID, crushing it, or like, yeah, this is where I should have been. And I look back and like, man, if we were doing the internet right, we would have been at 15 to 1. But I will say the biggest advocate for LeadHelm specifically was the industry as a whole, and even our group of dealers are not as open-minded, I think, as we want to be. So we get hit up by people that just want to sell it all day, every day. And I would say whatever the process is that you guys put in place is beyond better than any other, not just internet, any other vendors. It was, we're here to help you whether you pay me or not. We're here for the industry. And at first, some people might say, yeah, okay, you just want to take our money. But this went on for months. You and Taylor and all of them, you guys were just helping me sending me, sheets that we were putting data together. And I was like, look, I just want to make sure you guys know I may or may not use it. And it was like, it's cool. We're just here to help. Dealers aren't used to that. I would say any sort of onboarding, whether it's a new employee or a new service, whatever it might be, is always going to have its kinks. I think you guys are pretty damn close to perfecting it. I think that personal relationship that they could build with Morgan and Taylor and those people, I think will increase the amount of participation in the LeadHelm Academy. And the LeadHelm Academy is great. You know how it is, we're busy, and sometimes I don't have the time to sit next to this new person I just hired to do this job.
Right.
But for me to not have to be there, and then I just circle back a week later and they're plugged in and they know it better than I do, I think you'll kind of get wowed if you can do that, like take that responsibility off of the GM, the sales managers, whoever that might be. Several. I would say the biggest one is the attention to the internet business, because there was no attention. It was kind of like we were getting leads that salespeople just believe internet leads aren't real buyers. And I think just changing the culture of attention to it, creating that VIP experience was something that I never really thought you could do with the internet. That's a big one. Another one would be, I think we figured out how to communicate, not just virtually with customers better, but with each other, where we're not in the same dealerships. I think we kind of learned a lot on how to communicate better with, hangouts or chats, and always communicating all the time. And the follow-up and the meetings that you guys have with us to keep us accountable for that, I think increases that. Yeah, I think when I was in the car business or 10 years ago, e-lead was still kind of fresh. And it was, when I was a salesperson, I loved it. I mean, it was easy to use, it was simple. They've gotten to the point where they just try to do too much and stuff just doesn't work like it's supposed to. So you guys have done a really good job with the software and making it simple, but it's still up to the user, to figure it out. You guys do a good job training it, but people just, you still have to spend time in it. People are always looking for the magic pill that just sells them a bunch of bikes, and it just doesn't work that way as much as that happens. But I think the money back guarantee that you guys do is that's a great feature. The only thing I would say is that I just would like to see, 10 years from now, that LeadHelm isn't like I can hop in it and not know where to find what, or it's like, hey, why are they doing all this? It's about selling internet leads, motorcycles, keeping it simple. So I would say if it was a CXI survey, it would be all 10s down the line. You guys do a really good job of, I could tell you're really organized. I've had a million questions, as you know, through before onboarding, and now, and you guys do a really good job of making sure that you get those questions answered, which I don't think, myself included, anybody does. They get most of them, but it's like, we got an answer for that every time I want to circle back, and they're on it. So you guys really made me feel, I know you guys deal with all groups and dealers, but it really felt to me that you guys were just dedicated to us. I would probably say where you guys are and where I'm at are kind of the same mentality. It's about the increasing the industry, not necessarily selling and making money, because that will come with it. So the first thing I would tell them was they could pick up the phone and call me, and I don't mind going through LeadHelm with them or showing them even some leads that we've got and how it works, and helping them out. I think that might help them because they won't feel like they're being sold. That would be what I would say. I'd be more than willing to talk somebody through that, or if they have any questions from a dealer perspective. You guys have been in the dealership, but we deal with vendors all the time that we don't know how our world works, so we kind of generalize that with everybody. So hearing it from a dealer, I think, would be a benefit.